You're listening to Book Club Babes. Let's get into it.
Hello, we're back.
We are back. Oh my gosh, we had a little hiatus.
A mini hiatus last week. Honk shoe.
You literally did nothing. You did everything.
I did. Rest. I did not do the honk shoeing. I did not honk shoe. No, but that's okay.
Work.
Work. But then I got to see my best friend this weekend, and we went to Winners. So I did some damage. It was awesome.
You got cute new dress. What else did you get? I remember
some nails.
Cute new dress, nails, candle. I saw a candle in there.
A candle, true. A picture frame.
What did you take into the? Oh, and a bathing suit.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I was like, I know she got two wearables. So cute.
Yes.
So cute. Nice.
Yeah.
And I got a new purse.
And it's very Caitlin, and it's cute as hell.
And it's just a new little purse. It's nice.
A new little purse bag.
I'm wearing this is my little
Outdoors Together
Pride shirt because
it's Pride Month. Ooh.
Yeah, so I put it on because we're outdoors together.
Aw, cute.
I love it. I'm here. I support everybody.
What's new with you? You're gonna have to carry us, essentially.
I got you, girl. Have you read anything new?
I listened to 2 books while we were gone.
You go first.
Okay, I'll get out my 2 little books out of the way. Well, do I say I listened to it? I literally abandoned it with like 2 chapters left. That We Do Not Part by Han Kang.
No, I thought you said you listened to it, but you were like, what the fuck?
I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And then I re-listened to it, and then I went halfway, and then I'm like, I still don't know what's going on. I just abandoned it. I'm like, why am I re-listening to this? It's still not clear, and I'm 2 chapters from that. Honestly, I'm done.
Yes. And I had the same experience, but I stopped much sooner than you did.
I don't know why I tried. Yep. That's just us.
Like, this is like a smart person book, and I just need to listen to it.
Exactly what I was thinking the whole time. I was like, this is like, people are saying like this book is amazing and everything, and I am not understanding it.
And I don't get it. I think maybe there were like too many moving parts that weren't explained enough.
Yeah, I am not I'm not understanding, and maybe it's also a translation thing,
or translation, or maybe we're just not smart enough.
Not understanding enough of like Asian traditions and religion, or like their views. So that also might be part of it, because they talk about like spirits and stuff, which I think is big in their culture. But anyways, I'm confused still.
So you gave it a shot.
I gave it a try. And then I just started listening to, because we have a big book club babes outing out and about in the town. We're going to go see Carly Fortune talk in June. So
with Shauna. Hey.
So I'm listening. I've got to catch up. So I'm listening to This Summer Will Be Different.
Ooh. Wait, that's not her newest one though.
No, it's not the newest one. I need to listen to This Summer Will Be Different, and then the newest one, and then I'll be ready.
Oh, you want to do them in order? Is This Summer Will Be Different her first one?
No. Well, there's one before the one that we read.
Oh, I can never.
What did we read?
We read Meet Me at the Lake.
The Lake. And then This Summer Will Be Different was that last year in PEI. That's where I am right now. That's why I just
it. Oh my God, it's so good. Yes. Are you loving it?
It's so good and cute, but I don't know where it's going yet. And then I've got to listen to her newest book that just came out.
One Golden Summer.
Yes. And then I have to listen to that.
Yes, and I think I told you this on Saturday, but I'm just going to say it to the babe. So her first book, Every Summer After, allegedly her newest book, One Golden Summer, pulls some characters from the first book, Every Summer After. Now, they can be read as standalones. You don't need to read them consecutively, but I'm guessing it's like the Hannah Grace books where you're kind of like, oh, there's blah, blah, blah.
Cute. Oh, cute. That means I should listen to that one too. Okay.
Well, that's
okay.
what I thought you were doing. I thought you were listening to the first one first.
I need to do that then as well. Okay.
So
I
can
got
you
it.
do 3 before
I
the
think
end
I
of the
can.
month?
I'm gonna try because yes, I'm gonna try.
You're just gonna live in a Carly Fortune world.
I'm going to. I'm just gonna be so like whimsically and ready for summer and being like, oh,
And
I'm
in
gonna fall
love
in
at the
love.
lake. At the
Oh, at the
lake.
lake. Ooh.
Nice. Well, that's good and exciting. I recently finished that one that you are currently
Mhm.
reading.
This summer
Which-
will be different. Yeah.
Yes,
With
yes.
fucking Wolf and fucking her plaid
Ooh,
fucking
B.
dress.
Yeah,
Ooh.
B. Okay, yeah. So I finished This Summer Will Be Different. Loved it. And then I read a book, a really weird book called Listen to Your Sister, which is a horror book. I think I like
Okay.
a horror book. It's fucking weird. I don't know why.
Okay.
Because this book popped up on my Goodreads and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then our friend Jess, who we haven't heard from in a little while, but you know, Ashley's Jess.
Yeah. I
She
know, Jess.
had I usually go and like we'll see what other people have said about a book if I'm on the fence about it. And she had said that she DNF'd it and that she started having nightmares. So I was like, oh my God. And so I wasn't going to read it. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. So like I can do a horror. It doesn't bother me for whatever reason, but I
Okay.
can't watch a horror movie. What does
No,
this
that's
say about
scary.
me?
Oh, I don't
I don't know. Is that weird?
I don't think I've ever tried to listen to a horror book.
Oh, could it be different listening to it?
Maybe it's different listening to it than like visually seeing it as well.
Maybe.
Maybe
Like someone
I
telling
don't
it
know.
to you, like you don't have the
Yeah.
same control as if you're reading it.
Mhm.
Because I did like that, like when I was reading it, if I got to something that was gross, like I'm just gonna say it, it's not giving anything away. There was this scene where there was like a baby mobile that had like fingernail clippings and stuff on it.
What?
So I just was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna like read about that, and I just skipped
Yeah.
that, right? Like no big
Yeah.
deal. I still got the gist. I didn't miss
Yeah.
anything. But
Yeah.
maybe it's the control that I'm after.
True. You
Like I
can
can just
kind of like R.L. Stein, what page do you want to go to?
Yeah, exactly. Choose my own baby
Choose your
mobile
own
adventure.
Exactly. Do I want to read about this? No.
Probably not. Just skip ahead. Anyway, so I read Listen to Your Sister. The first 30% I couldn't put it down, and then it just got totally fucked. So I don't know if I'd recommend it. I think I rated it 3 stars. Yeah. So that's cool. And then I picked up The Tenant by Frida. So I'm reading, that's her newest one. So I'm reading that. And then I'm also reading One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune for our event, but I'm listening to that one.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah.
You're on the go. You've got lots on the go.
I know I can't. And there's one other that I started as well, but I'm not going to talk about it because I just started it and I don't want to be one of those.
It's not worthy of a mention. It's not worthy of a mention.
Okay,
fair.
worthy. I'm not sure yet. So it's a memoir and I just picked it up because I was like not feeling any of my, do you know when you're just like, I just need something blah.
Yep. Something that you can expect or something that you know what's to expect.
Yeah. And like I wasn't like sometimes I just get like so fucking annihilated at night before bed that if I read something important, I'm not going to remember like any of it.
Well, you know what? At least you know that about yourself.
Yes. Yeah. So like the horror book, perfect. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Our book, I can't read our book before bed.
No, you can't read our book. No, yeah, exactly. Well, we have 2 new babes. We do. We have Mary and Audrey joining us this week.
Welcome.
So hello.
Are they here for my friends?
I think that Audrey is here for my friends and Mary came to read Great Big Beautiful Life with us, which
cute.
Loved, and then love how everybody was chatting about the end of it in the Facebook group last week, and we had some good chatting going on. Rachel went and put her the little test, what's your reading type?
So
we're
cool.
all like yellow,
we're all
so
we're
all the same. It makes sense.
Did you see when Summer was like,
yeah,
it's like we should make a club.
Should we start a club or something? Hi.
Hi. Yeah. Oh, also, I totally messed up when we were doing like babes as dogs. We should have done Rach. But all I can think
Oh,
of for
Rach is
Rach is
Gimli.
Gimli. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
only think of
Yeah.
Gimli. What breed is Gimli? I can't
I'm
remember.
not
Like a
sure. You're gonna
terrier?
have to tell us for sure, Rachel, but I'm gonna assume like some sort of terrier.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
sort of terrier because he's got the
But he's
wiry
got like
fur
and he's
and the
got like a little bit of
stiff
a
little
beard.
beard. Yeah, I got
Like
a
he's like
beard.
almost Scottish terrier like
Or
with
like
like
a
a little
Wheaton
bit of
terrier. Is he?
oh
No, because
yeah.
Wheaton's more square. He's not as
Yeah,
square as
like
a Wheaton terrier.
Chelsea is a part Wheaton too. And
Yeah.
she is like, yeah, teddy
Yeah.
bear-esque.
Yeah. So, Rach, tell us what
Hmm.
Gimli is because
Yes. We need
we
to
love
know.
him. Yeah.
And
Love
he's
him.
cute.
He's so cute. She's been posting lots of pictures of him now because I guess it's
They're out
summertime and the living is
camping
easy.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Yay.
Okay, so we should talk about our book.
Let's do it. I'll go first. I'll go first. And I'll talk. Oh, wait, no. I always forget about this. Our first impressions.
What are your first impressions of the book, Caitlin?
Well, immediately upon looking at it, again, Fredrik Backman could put out a book that's like my shit, and I'd be like, give me 5.
Or if he decided to name it My Fart or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it back in.
Apropos.
Exactly. I would read it. Yeah, no. First impressions, every box is checking. What about you?
Exactly. I was texting Caitlin when she was asking if I had started yet, and I was just telling her that it's like comfort. Like his writing is comfort.
Yeah.
It's like it makes sense to me. It's just poetic, but not at the same time, doesn't
like
take it
funny.
too seriously, funny, exactly, but like
also like
deep and hard-hitting issues, topics, things that we all feel and go through. Anyways, that's how I feel about it.
I love it and I love him. Yeah, I mean everything about it. Something interesting that Deb pointed out. Now, if you are oh wait, we're talking about the book now. Never mind. I know that Linda sometimes joins us just for like the first 10 minutes if she hasn't read the book. But we're beyond that now. So if you're here, you've read it. But there are 3 people on the cover. And Deb, my boss Deb, she always reads into like covers, which is something that I've never done, which is weird given that
right. Yeah.
Designers.
Designers.
But she
yeah.
said that she thought that it was interesting that there was one wearing a shirt.
Right. And in the book, they do say that the 3 people on the pier are, the 3 people on the pier and not the person painting the scene.
Yes. So how interesting, because she kind of called that. She called it before we got to know.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was kind of interesting. It was interesting. Okay, so week 1, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our bud, Fredrik. So his full name, I'm curious if he's like Marty. Okay, anyway, his full name is Carl Fredrik Backman. So
Marty
one of those
Sitch.
tricksters like Marty. Yes. But I'm curious if maybe there was like already like a Carl Bachman author or something.
Oh, true.
I don't know.
True.
You know how like actors have to change their names sometimes if there's like already one.
Right.
I don't
Honestly, out of the 2, I'd probably pick Fredrik, but
yeah. It's cute and it's spelled cute. Also today, June 2nd, I know it's not the day that the episode will be coming out, but it is literally his fucking birthday.
What? Happy birthday. That's fucking so weird and random. Cool.
Yep. So today is Fredrik Backman's birthday. He was born in 1981, so he is 7 years older than us. No, 8 years older than us.
8 years. Okay, so 43.
Yep. He lives in Stockholm, Sweden. So some interesting facts about him. Before he was a full-time writer, he worked as a columnist and a blogger for various Swedish publications. He also held various jobs as a forklift driver and a truck driver.
Oh, okay.
So like
Get
made
your
a little
bag
pivot.
while you have to.
Yeah, made a little pivot. His first book was A Man Called Ove, but he's also got this book called Things My Son Needs to Know About the World. And apparently, A Man Called Ove is amazing. If you haven't read it or watched the film, A Man Called, what's his name?
Otto.
Otto, thank you. Then you should. But it's so good that he said to them, to his publishers, I'm only going to let you publish this book if afterwards you publish Things My Son Need to Know About the World. Which is hilarious because it's like a self-described delusional parenting book. So it's funny. It's like he wrote it and was like, I want this to go out in the world, but it probably won't. So I'm gonna make a deal.
I'm gonna make a business deal.
Okay, let me see. So this still doesn't really answer my question, but I'm very curious about the translations of the book and how, because you and I've talked about it and everybody talks about it, they love Fredrik Backman's writing style, but it's like, is it his writing style or is it the translator? Like, who's bringing this into fruition, right? So I did look this up. Fredrik does write all of his book in Swedish, and they are all translated into English. Most of them are done by a man named Neil Smith, who is a Canadian living in Montreal, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Cool.
So on a Goodreads Q&A with Fredrik, someone had asked him, how do you work with your translator to work together to preserve the same meaning and nuance in the English language, which I thought was a great question. And do you think your Swedish humor translates well into the English versions of your books? And here's what he said. And I quote, he said, I don't work as close with my translator as people might think. There's a feeling for a language that a translator has that the writer often doesn't have. If I sat down with my translator, if I started to nitpick, I would very soon come into problems because if you start doing it, you have to do it consistently, and then you're writing the whole book again. What I do at this point is let the translator do his job. And then he said, the jokes sometimes can be lost in translation. I use puns a lot less now. That he knows that all of his books need to get translated. But he says the story remains the same. People ask, why is Scandinavian literature so popular abroad? I think it's because Scandinavian writers, Swedish writers in particular, have this tradition of storytelling which is very straightforward and character-based. Our language is rich, but it doesn't have a lot of adjectives or synonyms. In English, you have a great deal of synonyms for the word walk. In Swedish, there's like 2 or 3 that really work. So it's a lot easier to translate something since it has fewer synonyms and adjectives than the one that you're translating to. So very interesting. And what I took from that was that he was saying that the Scandinavian writers or Swedish writers in particular do have a specific storytelling style. So I'm guessing that that's probably, where he's coming from. But how interesting that he doesn't really do anything with the translator.
Yeah, it is quite interesting because you would think that because we all feel so strongly about his writing that it's like we sit together and we go through it and la and put all this emotion and whatever into it, but it's like, no, I already did that.
Yes. Yeah, he's like, I don't really want to do that again. So Neil Smith is also a writer, and I think he has 3 books out. So I'm kind of interested in picking up one of his to compare to see, and then because like obviously a little bit of his writing style would be in this.
You would think so, but as Fredrik is saying though, when he's like, we're more direct, and I feel like when you say that, you can see it in the writing style,
totally. Because it is different.
It is, exactly. And I feel like it's like, well, there isn't a lot of like flourish if you really think about it. So maybe I don't know, but it could be like, I feel like you could argue for both sides almost, because he's saying it's such a more simplistic language, like maybe it's easier to translate and still keep the feeling,
or it's easier to translate and just use different words that the author didn't originally use. So like it's the same different sides of the same
but different. Exactly. Same but different.
Ooh, that's all I got.
That's all you got. Okay.
Anyway, happy birthday, Fredrik, today.
Happy birthday. Have a good day.
That's crazy. Have a good day.
Okay. So, obviously, I will tell you a little bit about the book. It was literally just released less than a month ago. It was released on May 6th of this year by Arteria Books, which is under the umbrella of Simon and Schuster. Obviously, Fredrik, it's become a instant New York Times bestseller, so that's not unsurprising. It's already earned the top spot of the May 2025 indie book list, which is like, I guess, independent booksellers put their recommendations in, and that is how that is compiled. Obviously this was on our radars as well as a bunch of other people. It was one of the most anticipated books of 2025, including like Goodreads voted that, like a bunch of other literary publications and stuff. And it's a typical Fredrik Backman where, you know, he is really looking into the complexities of human relationships, really.
Amen.
Yes.
That is exactly it. Yeah, that's exactly it. Excellent.
Yep.
Excellent job.
There you go. There you go, everybody.
Character based. And you heard it here last.
You heard it here last, everybody. You read the book. Should we talk about our main characters?
Louisa. Hey, girl.
Sweet little Louisa, but
although
she's not really that.
She's quite tall.
She's pretty hard. Yeah. So we meet her on the eve of her 18th birthday, which is very sad. So she's 17, about to be 18 tomorrow, and she has decided to run away from her foster home, which has been one shitty. Of many. She has no family. Her father left when she was got born, and her mother left when she was 5 years old and left her like a postcard.
Literally left her with the neighbors.
Yeah, like, hey, could you just watch her? Bye. No,
bye. I'll be RB, and then
right
never
back.
RB'd.
No,
in just fact,
she just RIP'd. Literally. They do find her eventually and tell her that she literally has nobody other than her best friend Fish, who also unfortunately passes away. So she literally has nobody anymore, and which is also a driving factor of her running away from this home. Nobody's gonna care or look for her.
Yes. So Fish, like you were saying, Fish turned 18 before she did, which is how they got separated, because she was still in custody of the state, whereas Fish was allowed to leave. And then they say that she died by a drug overdose. And I love this line. I don't think I wrote this one in particular down, but it's essentially just saying that like she was murdered by life, like not by. I just love his writing. I've got so many favorite quotes that I wrote down that
I'm pretty sure I've highlighted like the whole book.
The whole book,
like, my annotations aren't even loading. Finally, they loaded. I was like, okay.
Oh my God.
I just love how Fredrik is like, when he describes her, and he's just like, Louisa is a teenager, the best kind of human. Like, it's just she really is, and like she's had a hard time, and she's just trying to make the best of what she can. This postcard that she holds near and dear to her heart has this painting on it that is going to be the center point of at least the first half of the book. So obviously this is the only thing that poor Louisa has had her whole life, so it's become a bit of a fixation to her. And in the town that she's living, it has actually come to auction. So she goes in, it makes it seem like she's like up to something devious, but she is not. She just wants to see this painting IRL up close.
And her and Fish were supposed to see it together, so it's like even more sad. So then when she sees the painting, there's like all this nonsense about the type of people that are there. It's like very funny. I'm really enjoying all of Fredrik's musings on what art is. They keep
Yes,
getting
me
like art
too.
is this, art is
Hmm.
that, art, and I just
Hmm.
love that. So anyway, she eventually ends up seeing the painting and drawing like a little red fish beside it. Like you think she's gonna vandalize it, but she
Yeah.
doesn't. She's wanted to like
No.
see it up close.
Hmm.
Oh,
Hmm.
and then she gets kicked out. And in the alleyway behind this church where the auction was happening, she meets a homeless man and a cat.
E.
We all read the book. Said homeless man
Hmm.
is not homeless
Not
because
homeless.
they start a painting together and he
Mhm.
draws a skull.
What? Yo, that was crazy.
I love that. I love that. I did.
Yeah.
I did. I did. I
Hmm.
did. I did. I did.
I I love I just and then obviously it was sad that like he takes the hit for her essentially in the
Mhm.
end because people are chasing after Louisa and everything like that. There's like a whole, obviously you heard it here last, there's the whole drama, but I love how he's just like, she went that way.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Like played it up.
throw her off the scent, throw
Yeah.
him off the scent.
And then of course
And
the artist has
yeah,
like somebody like he's a crazy eccentric artist, so he needs to have
yes,
someone who kind of like keeps him reeled in, and
balances
that
him
would
out.
be
Yeah.
Ted.
Yes, Ted, his lifelong best friend since literally they were 12 years old.
Yep.
And Ted is part of the painting. He is a person in the on the pier.
Yeah.
So Louisa and Ted then start their own sweet sort of relationship, forced relationship.
And
But
all because of the artist,
all because of the artist.
because he
Literally,
dies.
he goes
R.I.P.
to die in the hospital that same day that Louise is like, I'll come see you tomorrow. Bye. And he's like, absolutely not. You will not. I'm going to go die.
Yeah, I'm gonna die. No big deal. But his last words are that the painting is for Louisa and she's
Mm-hmm.
one of us to
Mm-hmm.
Ted. So, oh
Yes.
yeah. And also, no big deal, but he literally sold all of his life savings so that he could literally
Mm-hmm.
buy back his own painting.
He is world famous and it's a lot worth a lot of money. And Louisa has absolutely nothing to her name, like a backpack and her postcard. So
And a painting now.
now a world famous painting that's probably worth millions and millions of dollars
Mm-hmm.
because Louisa is confused by the fact that she's like, why don't you want to live in your cool ass big apartment that you guys lived in? And
Mm-hmm.
I also love that little relationship where it was like, I wouldn't be able to also just Frederick's way of writing loss and love
Yeah.
is beautiful because he's like,
Yeah.
she didn't even have to, or he didn't even have to come out and say it. Louisa and him are already on the same level, like because he was already in love with someone else.
Yes.
She understood that Ted was in love with the artist, but the artist is
Yes.
already in love with someone else.
Yes. Yeah, which is oh oh God. It's just okay. Anyway, so now we know Ted, and then Ted and
Mhm.
Louisa essentially end up getting on a train together because Ted's decided that it's time for him to go home, which is wherever this painting was created. Essentially, he still lives
Mhm.
there. So they're on this train, and she asks how long it's going to take, and apparently it's going to take days because this man does not fly.
Mhm.
So that's cool. And then Ted starts telling her, she like pries it out of him, but Ted starts telling her the story of the people in the painting. And then we also start learning like the story of the artist and all of that
Mhm.
coming together. So we are introduced to Jor.
Mhm.
So we've got the artist, Ted and Jor, but originally it was the artist and Jor that were like BFFs
Yeah,
since they
from
were
like
little.
babies. Yeah,
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 Jor like preschool,
yeah.
Jor sounds like a little bit of like a you have you read Looking for Alaska? Have you ever read that one? Did you read that
No, I
one?
don't think I've ever read that one.
Read
No.
that one. Oh my God, that's one of my faves.
He's
Anyways,
like a protector guy and
yeah,
like he
there's the
takes it very
character.
seriously.
Yes, there's a character in that book called the Colonel, and he's like this short, like buff guy. who like everybody makes fun of him, but he's like, fuck it. And he's just like smart and tough and whatever. And that's essentially Jor too, except for Jor's not very smart, but he's just like a little fucking Tasmanian devil. Like you don't fuck with him. He's small and mighty, right?
He's like a little squirrely.
Yes. And then Jor's got his mom and his dad, his mom, who he loves very much, his dad, who has a touch of addiction and is actually terrible.
Just a terrible human.
Yeah, just a terrible human, and beats them both for leisure. So that's awesome. Not awesome.
Yeah. Speaking of Ted, I should say that obviously the reason why they all kind of like start understanding each other and the like us comment is that they might look fine and happy on the outside, but they kind of say like during the day we're all together, and then at nighttime we all have to go back to these terrible places that none of us want to go. Like they're all up at the break of dawn so that they don't have to be in their houses.
Yeah, it's true.
But Ted's family is complicated because his house is just quiet. His dad is dying and his mom is working to pay for probably everything, obviously. So like there's just nobody there, and his dad
he's got an older brother, but it sounds like
dying.
his older brother is just checked out, like not just drinking and not there. Yeah,
exactly. So like he is just alone and lonely, like he has nobody.
And then now that you're saying that, in terms of home life, the artist, whom we still don't have a name for aside from C. Jat, which we'll come back to.
Yeah,
but I'm curious how many other people picked up on that as well. But the artist's home life is also not great. His mom, I can't remember what happened to her. She died?
She was mentally ill.
Oh, right. Yes. So he was being raised by his father, who doesn't understand him or care to understand him. It works in the mines. It sounds like they all work in the mines. Very blue collar. And Ted hears his dad talking at night about him with his friends and saying stuff like he was an accident. You know, his mother never wanted him, like shit like that. So
or like he's weird because of his mom. Like that's just like they all know that they are misfits.
Yes.
Really. And like it's been said to their faces.
Yeah.
And then in the most recent addition to their group in the past timeline, 25 years ago, is who they call Allie, which I don't actually think we get her real name. They call her Allie because of Muhammad Ali, because she's
actually
like
Ali. Yeah, Ali.
Yeah, Ali.
But I have a really hard time remembering it as Ali.
Ali.
I want to call her Ali.
Ali, yes. So I've just been in my head, been calling her Ali.
Okay, perfect. Ali. So we'll just call her Ali here, but she's Ali.
Yes, Ali, yes. And she joins them the year of their the fall of their 14th year. So just literally within the past 18 months to this point. Yes. And it sounds like her parents are divorced and her dad likes to party and she doesn't really have much of a home life either.
Yeah. There's a quote that I wrote down that was discussing Allie's dad, and I really just loved the ending part of it, which was adults have to be adults so that children can be children. Oh, it's just so good. It's just like such a simple way of putting it, but essentially her dad was just like wanting too badly to have fun. And just
exactly.
Yeah.
So that is like our main core group that we meet in our first segment, right? And I guess at the end here, Christian.
Yes. We do also meet Christian and his mom, who I think is going to come back, is going to be I don't know. I just got a feeling that she's going to be a player, because one of the other reasons why Louisa ended up on the train with Ted was because she said, do you know someone who can sell this painting and I'll split it with you? Right? And he said, yes, she's back home. So like, who is the she?
True. Could
and
be.
Christian's mom was like an art teacher or something.
Right,
So
because she, yeah, definitely is the one who's kind of influenced really the whole thing. And the way Fredrik is saying, like, or telling the story is
yes.
really cool by being like, well, he didn't really do much except like, change the whole world.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Because, well, we can talk about Christian because we
Yeah,
find out
exactly.
Christian is the reason why the artist signs with a skull.
Yep. Yep.
And
Exactly. And the reason why he is CJAT, I guess, maybe. I don't
well,
know.
part of it, yeah. Yeah. See,
Or
so I was reading this and I was like, CJAT, that's not a name. Like, it doesn't work.
mhm.
So as we got characters introduced, I realized that it's Christian, Ali, Jor, and Ted. But
Yeah.
I did think
I
that the
got it.
C was going to stand for his own name, the artist's own
Oh,
name.
yeah. Yeah.
But I think it's Christian because it's like the
Right.
people who are most important to him, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Christian is, yes, like you were saying, is a 20-year-old who seems like, well, down and out and like also has some substance abuse issues and is a janitor at the school, and they sneak away to paint together because the artist is one of them.
Yes. Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
really sweet that now, and then he tells his mom that, like, I met
Yes.
somebody who is like us.
Yeah. Sorry, I think I wrote
Um,
down that quote, but I can't remember.
and the
Oh, I have.
mom
Go
talks
ahead.
about how like everybody can fly, but it's the people who like pick people's wings off, essentially. So like, don't let people pick your wings off. There, it's like
Yes.
you're feeling this because you're feeling left out or like other because of this
Yes.
of your wings under your skin. And like, it was really sweet of her
I
how
wrote down.
she,
I
yes,
wrote
tell
down
me.
the quote here. She says, "You feel strange because you still have your wings rubbing beneath your skin. You think you're alone, but there are others like you. One day, one of them will recognize you and call out, 'You're one of us,' and then you won't feel lost anymore." So
Yeah, yeah, but he's one of us.
it's
Oh,
pretty freaking cute. And he essentially ends up hanging out with the generator?
generator.
Janitor, the
The janitor.
janitor, because of the owl who is like, honestly, reading this,
Terrible.
I just felt like so hashtag blessed to have an art teacher like Shauna in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yes.
we got so fucking lucky to have an art teacher like her who would
Just like
never.
a no, or just teacher in general, because
Yes,
like
true.
she's a
Yeah.
teacher who is like, you're meant to be a teacher. You're a teacher person. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a really good teacher. Anyway, this art teacher is the exact opposite and doesn't get along with Jor. And because he
Mm-mm-mm.
realizes that he really can't get to Jor, he decides to pick on the artist. And the art class is his favorite fucking class until the
Mhm.
teacher, who's the art teacher, turns it into like torture for him.
Literally takes it away from him. Literally.
It makes me so angry. It makes me so angry.
Ugh.
So then he ends up leaving class one day and runs into the janitor, and then they like paint this mural together, and he's like, "I am an artist."
Mm-hmm,
Mm.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Oh, but the imagery though, that, well, in our last chapter where they're like, after, like literally the day after, they're like painting the wall white. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
because of him.
no,
Yeah,
because of
yeah,
him. Yeah.
that was some
Ugh.
brutal ass shit. The book
Ugh.
when Ted is talking about the friends, one of the like intro quotes is this, and I wrote it down because I think it's like, something that we can chat about, which is when August came, the friends would be different people. By then, Jor would have seen his mother get beaten up for the last time and decided to kill his old man. The summer started and ended with a death. But
Mhm.
we do know that Fredrik likes to trick us a little bit,
Right.
right?
While telling us the truth at the same
Yes,
time.
yes,
Yes,
exactly,
yes,
exactly.
yes,
So as I
yes.
read that back, I'm like, George decided to kill his old man, but did he kill his old
Right.
man? Right?
Right. Right.
And
And
then,
there's a lot with Allie giving him the knife too. There's like
yes,
a lot of talk around that. Yeah.
yes. And then it says that the summer started and ended with death. So we know
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be two deaths. Christian has died.
Yes, that's what I was thinking as the first one of like the summer.
Right. But then Ted's dad is still, so it's like, who's gonna die? Ted's dad?
Right?
Jor?
Mm-hmm.
Jor's dad? Jor's
Yep.
mom? Like, who's gonna
Mm-hmm.
die?
Allie, where is she?
True. Where is she?
Because also, or yeah, you already said Jor, because we haven't heard from him, his perspective yet, but maybe he's home
Yes.
and that's
Well,
why.
or he could be in prison.
Or prison, true, because yeah, he's a bruiser. You're right.
But then there is a lot of talk about like him not
Mm-hmm.
making it out. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, did he die? Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And the
And there's a
artist
lot.
loved Jor.
Yes, that is his love of his life.
Yes.
And then there's a lot of talk about like between Ted and the artist. Well, the artist is dying in the hospital, which he's like, you're leaving me all by myself. Like, you're abandoning me. The
Yes.
group's gone. Like,
Yes.
fuck, I'm all
Yeah.
alone. Like, what the fuck? And then the artist is like, well, you shouldn't have ate so healthy or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
something like
Does
that.
the coffin make me look fat?
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, funny. Yes, true. Exactly. So it does set us up to believe that they are not here, but
No.
could that she that they're going to take the painting back to, that could be Allie. We don't know.
True.
All we know is that there is a she and that these are the women that we've been introduced to, which is interesting.
And also, coming back, like bringing Christian's mom back into it, Christian gives the artist his mom's phone number and is like, yo, call my mom if you need anything. She's good shit. I'll tell her about you. And he has, and it made her heart like explode with love. I wonder if you're right. I think there's going to be something else tied back in there, but I don't know if it'll be like between the artist and her, or it'll
Yes,
okay.
because after the funeral, he called and sobbed and hung up the phone. And then she found a picture that he drew of Christian and left it on his grave of him on a ladder smiling. And so she knows that she knows this person is good and cared about her son. And she's hoping that he'll call again, which is like probably foreshadowing that they're gonna hook up somehow.
Yeah.
And then also this fucking painting competition comes back at the very, very end as well, because it started in the beginning that the whole reason why the artist is painting is because Jor found an advertisement for a competition to paint.
Yes, because they're all trying to get him out of his clear depression that the owl fucker has,
and his parents
and his
well, his
parents.
dad.
Yeah, let's be honest there. Has all put onto him too. So
there's some very interesting things. Do you want to know some of my favorite quotes?
Yes, tell me some of them.
Okay, this one was good. Fragile hearts break in palaces and in dark alleys alike. Isn't that so good? Like, doesn't matter where you live or how much money you have. Like,
heartbreak is heartbreak.
Oh, I like this one. The artist's bookcases were full of poets, like the bookcases of anyone trying to find out how everyone else copes. It's just like so good because it's so like he says it in such a way where you would never say it like that, but then you're like, yes, that's everything.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
This one I laughed out loud at. It is Louisa talking to Ted. Because it's Easter also in the book. She says, "Don't you like Jesus? Some people who don't like Jesus don't like Easter, but you know who else probably didn't like Easter? Jesus."
True. Truly true.
Here's another one that I wrote down. You can't love someone out of addiction. All the oceans are the tears of those who have tried.
Oh, yes, that one. I did remember that one and it felt right in my heart. I got it. I also liked the thought of it's not a direct quote, but I liked the thought of the artist always being like, it's been a long life, and then Ted being like, it's not been long enough. Like they're seeing like two different things of the same issue, I guess, which is
Well, and they've
really
both
interesting.
lived different ways, right? And they're both sort of different people. This one I like. This is Ted. Quote, angry at himself, angry at the artist, and most of all, angry at death for having such good taste, always taking the best first. Oh, death does have good taste.
It does. Damn it.
Also, just as like little side notes, because I don't know if it's gonna come back. Ted was shot or stabbed. He was
Stabbed by a
stabbed.
student. Yeah.
Yes, by a student.
And yeah, that's how he ends up going and living with the artist in the first place.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's gonna come back because he was a teacher, and then like, is he gonna go back to work or like?
You would think
Oh my God! Sorry, we also forgot about the dress part, which I fucking loved.
Oh, when they all like showed up in the dress to support Allie?
Yes, because
Yeah.
Allie joins the choir, which we later learned out was like a nod to her mom. And she had to wear a dress, and she didn't want to wear a dress, and she was really bummed out about it, and she was feeling really uncomfortable. And Jor realized this, and so they all showed up to the performance in in his mom's dresses.
Their friendship and the way he writes about friendship is just so sweet. And I just like felt when they're talking about like, if you have a friend like this, you're lucky. Like, and I'm like, I do have a friend like that. I am lucky.
I do. We got
Oh,
friends.
we got friends.
Yeah,
We are
I'm
really
fucking loving
lucky.
this book. I can't wait to finish it. Also, I wrote down this other quote. Babes talking about the cat when the cat was with the artist. And then when they're leaving on the train, she feels like the cat like waves at her and she says, typical fish humor to come back as a cat, which is like so good.
But I wonder if the cat will come back around because like he gave it some like character because he's like he walks away and like I purposely put my tail in the fucking paint.
True. Yeah, true. Or if it was just a cute little, I don't know.
Just a cute thing. Could just be a cute little thing.
The cat would have to travel on a train because they're going somewhere.
True.
Unless she
You're
comes
right.
back. She could come back. Like, I don't know how this is going to play out. Is the rest of this book going to just be them on the train? Because that could go on for a while, right? With like the storytelling intertwined. Are they going to get to wherever they grew up and what's going to happen there? Because her end goal is to jump off that pier. That's what she wants to do, right? Learn to swim off the pier of the painting.
Exactly. Yeah, is she gonna get that? Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't feel like I have no idea where we're going with the end of the book at all.
I could see her keeping the painting. If she like got a cute job or something, I could see her keeping the painting as like a little.
I feel like I can't see her getting rid of it because it means so much to her and like all the extra details that she was even just talking about how she could see them in person.
Yeah.
Like the flowers.
Yeah.
With the knife.
And the chilies in the sky.
Yeah.
And the birds that were for Ellie and all of that stuff. Yeah. So I don't know. I could see like, but then again, she's desperate. She has no money. She's newly 18. Like she could really benefit from having a lot of money.
Yes, definitely. Cause yeah, she's literally never had it.
Yeah. So I don't know. Or is she, like I said, gonna like move there, get a cute little life, and then like donate all of the money or something? Like, I don't know. Like, Thursday Murder Club, how they busted that out at the end.
True. A little donation. Yeah.
I don't know.
Or is she gonna become a world famous artist too?
True,
because she is aspiring artist. She is aspiring artist.
We didn't really
get into that, but
yes,
they share a moment painting. Yeah,
she's been drawing,
they like on the wall together.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe she gets noticed. She goes back. Okay, she goes back to this cute little town. Christian's mom is like an art gallery owner, buys the painting from her or like sources someone to buy it from her. She becomes a world famous painter herself, and then she buys the painting back before she dies.
Oh, another like circle. Could.
I don't know.
I was wondering though, maybe somebody will give her like like almost like a father or mother figure there, maybe. Like, I wonder
Well,
if Ted,
Ted.
because that mom on the train is like, oh, I thought you guys were father and daughter. And then she's just like, no, we're friends. But like friends. But,
Yeah, oh
but not
my
like
God.
that.
He
They're
didn't
like, that's
kidnap
so cute.
me.
No, he doesn't. He likes men. He doesn't even like women. Like, we're not kidnapped, or am I? Like,
And
I
Ted's
love.
just like probably getting redder and redder. Like,
Yeah.
shut up.
Yes, and like they already have like a little nicknames for each other, the little brat and like grumpy old man or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, I wonder if that'll become like, well, can I just come and stay at your house? Like,
Yeah.
you got
I'm
an
just because
extra
he
bed?
doesn't have
Like,
anybody. Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
So she's gonna be
yeah,
like, I'm just gonna stay here, okay?
yeah. That's fine, right? You've got an extra bed back there. Like, no one's
Because
staying in it.
Ted's really sad too at this point, and he's all alone
Yes.
too. So like he needs
Mhm.
someone as well.
And he just
So
doesn't realize it yet, because right now he's like, can I abandon her? Is that
yeah.
wrong?
But he's starting to like her. He's
Yes.
starting to
Oh yeah,
like her.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I
Alright.
guess go finish reading the rest of this book.
Yeah, go read the book.
Go finish it.
Finish it. Mortal Kombat.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Please join us over at the Book Club Babes Facebook group for book discussions and to make your book recommendations, or on Instagram at bookclubbabes.pod. If you'd like to reach out to us directly, you can email us at bookclubbabes.pod@gmail.com or contact us on our website at bookclubbabes.ca. If you love the Book Club Babes podcast, please tell a friend about us. And until next time, bye!